Christians today still do it their way. It's Rhyme and Reason 816.
Here's your rhyme and reason. Oh, yeah.
Hey there, Tony here. And you know what a big difference is between Christians today and the first century Christians? Well, those first century Christians were pretty darn committed to one another. Christians today, not so much. I mean, yeah, there are small cliques, but as a whole, it's a pretty divided faith and splintered sometimes by just the meaning of a single verse or even a single word. You want an example? Okay, I hope you do, because I just came up with one. I have this waiting in the wings. Okay, Christians today split up over the word, ooh, I hesitate to say it, tithe. It looks like tithe, T-I-T-H-E, tithe. I just scanned an article with this title, Which Denomination Tithes the Most? And that, good listener, inadvertently addresses a big part of the issue, because human nature seeks to be number one. Have you ever noticed that? Especially here in America, where winning is better. Well, unless you're in public schools, then everybody's a winner. But anyway, they like to win. Humans like to win. And that includes the giving department, tithes. So the article that I read and already talked about a little bit shared a lot of demographics from a 10-day study of a bunch of denominations. And how about I just share, a few snippets with you. 80% of people who attend a worship service at least 4 times a month agreed that tithing is a biblical commandment, compared to 72% of respondents who attend a worship service 1 to 3 times a month. Wonder how many tithing messages the first group hears as opposed to the second group. Okay, here's an age-related stat. 66% of young adult respondents between the ages of 18 and 34 were less likely to believe tithing is a biblical commandment. And I think that's pretty interesting, because tithing is undeniably a commandment, or law, however you want to look at it, and it's found in the Bible. But it's crucial to understand where it's found and why, okay? And then the article shared some numbers about amounts. Okay, check this out. Before I share that, it's important to know, if you don't, that tithe means a tenth. And that's the command God handed down to the Jews, to give a tenth of all they had. Okay, so on that note, notice what Christians today, and even many of those Jews, what they all do and what they did. Here's another quote from that article. 31% told pollsters they give a tithe, and 19% said they give more than 10% of their income. Meanwhile, 16% said they donate less than 10% of their income to their church, and 9% of respondents reported that their financial situation makes it difficult to give, and 2% said they did not give. Wow. Okay, yeah, if God says give a tenth, then what should we do? Well, give more. Duh. God's not as generous as we are. If I say so, if it feels good to me, then I'm sure God will be even more impressed with me, right? I gave more than the tithe, more than the tenth that he required, that he commanded. And if God's not, all that impressed, then at least other people will be, once I've informed them that I give even more than God says. I know from personal experience that Christians boast about giving their tithe and even more. I know that from personal experience. I've talked to people who told me that that's what they do. I give, the tenth is the least we can do. Yeah, that's what God likes to do. He wants to see that you'll do the least you can do, right? That's why he said the tenth. Okay, but benevolence should be spotlighted, right? Wait, wasn't there a left hand, right hand thing? The left hand not knowing what the right hand was doing. It's in the Bible. Well, maybe it's not. I don't know. Anyway, now I would never urge you to believe that what I say is the right thing just because I'm a trustworthy guy. I mean, I believe I am, but I'm not the authority. I'm not the ultimate authority. You can find that, the authority, in the Bible. And if it says the law kills and that the grace of God is not of works, in both of those phrases, the law kills and not of works, both of those are phrases that I took right out of the Bible. And the works includes the tithe, by the way. If those are found in the Bible, if that's the information found in the Bible, it's the truth. Hopefully, if you're a Christian, you agree with that. And my goal is to agree with it and to keep rightly dividing the word of truth, another phrase in the Bible. All three of those phrases were written by the Apostle Paul, who is the apostle to those of us who are not of the Jewish faith and those of us who want to follow Jesus. Now, I encourage Christians today, and that would include you and me who fall under that category, to take a stand.
If you take a stand and you stand for the way, you might never be rich. But no gold here beats the treasure in heaven, and you'll know which is which. Angels are gonna rejoice, and we're gonna get to see how the Lord will judge the ones who wait. So better take a stand right now. Yeah, you better take a stand right now. If you take a stand and you stand for the truth, you could lose a good friend. But if you lose the whole wide world and keep your soul, you win in the end. All eyes are gonna look up, all knees are gonna bow. And when that time comes, it's too late. You gotta take a stand right now. Yeah, you gotta take a stand right now. Stand for life, people might laugh and make fun. And Jesus didn't say it was gonna be easy, but you'll be with him when this life is done. No more living like this by the sweat of your brow. And if you want God's paradise, you better take a stand right now. Take a stand right now. Take a stand right now. Yeah, you better take a stand right now.
And you notice that the lyrics included taking a stand for the way, the truth, and the life. Do those words mean anything to you? Do they happen to represent somebody? Yeah. Jesus said he was the way and the truth and the life. We should take a stand for him. He sure took one for us. Okay, that does it for this episode of Rhyme and Reason Podcast, always brought to you by TonyFunderburk.com, where you can go over there and find all kinds of stuff. Some of it I charge for, but a whole lot of stuff. I've got 2,600 articles and rhymes, and you can get free books or a free book. Might be a couple of books. Anyway, you can get all kinds of free stuff just by jumping on the bandwagon there. And if you don't do that, then at least subscribe to this podcast and have it delivered to you if you don't already do that. Okay, enough of the self-promo for right now. Thanks for tuning in. And as always, remember, life has rhyme and reason because God made you.
There's a rhyme and reason.